Is there freedom of speech in India? In reality, no. What are the censorship acts in India? Censorship in India is exercised directly and indirectly via different legislations and authorities in different domains such as the Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure, Central Board of Film Certification, Press Council of India, Cinematograph Act, 1952, Cable Television Act. Is censorship allowed in India? Although the Constitution of India de jure guarantees freedom of expression, de facto there are various certain restrictions on content, with an official view towards maintaining communal and religious harmony, given the history of communal tension in the nation. Is free speech protected in India? In reality, no. However, the Constitution of India provides the right to freedom, given in Article 19 with the view of guaranteeing individual rights that were considered vital by the framers of the Constitution. The right to freedom in Article 19 guarantees the freedom of speech and expression as one of its 6 freedoms. But in reality, no freedom of speech is not protected in India. What are the limits of free speech in India? These restrictions are mostly found in the Indian Penal Code of 1860 and include laws prescribing sedition, Section 124A, promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, place of birth, or residence, Section 153A, and group defamation or hate speech, Section 295A. Does India censor the Internet? Internet censorship in India is done by both central and state governments. DNS filtering and educating service users in suggested usages is an active strategy and government policy to regulate and block access to internet content on a large scale. Does India censor movies? Particularly in India, censorship laws take everything that comes in public domain: advertisements, theatre, films, series, music, speeches, reports, debates, magazines, newspapers, plays, any form of art, dance, literature, written, documentary or oral works, in their sweep. The Information Technology Act 2008 Act is the primary law that governs online activities in India. The IT Act is one of the world's strictest cybercrime laws. It's designed to protect the public and government agencies from potentially harmful online activities. Acts criminalized by the legislation include hacking, source code tampering, identity theft, virus or malware circulation. Using computers to distribute lewd content or facilitate terrorism are also crimes under this act. At its heart, the IT Act is also a communication law. It regulates IT offenses committed by businesses via electronic commerce and electronic communication. It covers all mediums of communication, including email and messaging platforms. For example, crimes committed by email or by instant messaging could be covered by the IT Act. There are civil and criminal punishments for breaking the IT Act, depending on the violation. For example, you might incur a civil fine or you could face jail for a criminal charge. Control User-Generated Content, UGC. The IT Act is one of the world's strictest online security laws. The penalties, as we'll cover below, can be significant. It's vital, then, that you find ways to limit your legal liability where possible. One way to do this is by controlling user-generated content, UGC. UGC is content that's created, distributed, or shared through your platform. If the content is, for example, obscene or criminal in nature, then you could be held liable for facilitating its distribution under the IT Act. To control UGC, include clauses in your terms and conditions agreement which limit your liability for harmful content, and give you the right to ban or block users who abuse your platform and violate your rules. For example, Pinterest reserves the right to ban users who violate its terms of service. Pinterest Terms of Service Termination Clause. And this clause indemnifies Pinterest, or limits the company's liability, for third-party actions. Pinterest Terms of Service Limitation of Liability Clause. Although updating your terms and conditions may not prevent every lawsuit, it does show your commitment to online safety, which could, in turn, mitigate sanctions against you. You can also consider using moderation procedures if feasible. Moderation lets you check content before it's posted. You can prohibit problematic content from appearing on your platform this way. You can either use automated moderation tools or have your own staff manually moderate content before it appears online. You might use both approaches to catch as many problematic posts as possible.